This is your good friend Patrick O'Dowd coming to you again on a Saturday, welcoming you into another edition of Bandwagon Nerds. Tony, you making faces already. Is everything okay?
The X
I don't like
the X stream plunked out. There's no there's no
No
there's no that's my favorite one, but that's fine. We'll keep going because I don't have the
Sad
patience
Patrick.
right now to log back into it. Ray will
Yeah,
have to
you
check at it.
I, I have to
It's
just
fine.
publicly appreciate the patience of the other two men on this podcast today
It's fine. Let's see
because
if this
I
works. We see
messaged
if something else works real quick. Hold on.
yeah, go for it.
TheChairShot.com. Always use your head.
Sorry,
Loud
all
and
yours.
clear. But I do have to publicly recognize the two men who shuffled their schedule twice for this podcast because for those of you who don't know, in July, I am going on a European Mediterranean cruise with a significantly large group of people. And the last sort of like everybody get together and plan day is tomorrow afternoon when we would normally schedule Bandwagon Nerds. So I had put the message out, hey, can we reschedule either earlier on Sunday or maybe on Saturday? After getting feedback, I was like, oh, let's shoot for 2 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. And then Patrick remembered something really that he should have remembered in the first place. And that is that I was going to the movies at noon. And that noon was to go see Masters of the Universe. We'll talk about that later in the show. But I was like, well, movie theaters today, 2 o'clock is probably going to be pushing it. So I'm like, hey guys, can we push it to 2:30? And the two gentlemen before you said yes. And then I went at 2:23 to 5 ish. I'm like, so the movie just ended. Um, and this was before the post credit scenes. And I was like, I'm I don't know what to say. And eventually Tony was just like, just tell me when you're going to show up. And I was like, 15 to 20 minutes. And then I hit every single red light I could possibly hit on the way back. Uh,
That's how
all
it
this is
works.
all this is to say I should really start investing. And it's because I like good theaters. And we have a theater in my town, but it is the local theater. It does not have IMAX. Does not have magic screens. It does not have chairs that rumble. It does not. It has adequate but not amazing sound system. But I should have just gone there. Anyway, uh, but all of that is past us now. We are here. We do not miss a week here on the bandwagon. I am joined. You heard the voices of both of my esteemed co-hosts, the men that I am groveling before for forgiveness today. The commissioner, the executive vice president of Wednesday night programming, hasn't had to do some Wednesday night programming for a couple of weeks now. Knock on wood, Mr. PC Tunney, and my good friend, the lawyer himself, back from his sabbaticals. I don't even.
Yeah.
I felt bad for you, and I know we texted about this. So Disney California Adventure has the Avengers campus, and its fifth anniversary was June 4th, so a couple of days ago. And for that day, Tony, you name a character that existed in the MCU, and they did a meet and greet at Disney California Adventure. I mean, they went as far as to
Yeah.
have Moon Knight out there saying hello to people. It was like Moon Knight, all the Eternals were there, like it was crazy. And poor Dave missed it by a couple of weeks.
Yeah. That's all right. I
But
mean,
hey,
yeah. I mean,
things happen.
yeah, like I think we talked about a couple weeks ago, just like whatever's going on at Avengers Campus with like Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout and 2.5 hour long lines for this stuff, and it's okay, man.
Well,
It's
hey,
all good.
the expansion to Avengers Campus is coming. That's going to
Yep.
be pretty cool. We have kind of it's a truncated but not truncated episode because it's a draft day. We are continuing our 1970s television intros draft. This week is dramas. I can't wait to see how Dave fudges the rules this week to put a sitcom in as a drama. But I think that's going to happen. That's how we're going to wrap up the show.
I
Tuddy,
I had to specifically tell Grok, keep in mind that action has its own category, right? Like
right?
otherwise, you know,
Well,
I think Ray was right when he said the 70s were going to be difficult, and they are kind of difficult until we get to what do we have left? Action, and then what, variety, or basically sitcoms, right?
Just sitcom. Yeah, I was gonna propose action and sitcoms be where we, and the dogs agree. So, and it makes total sense. It is my bad.
I won't say I
I'm
didn't
okay.
fudge
Also,
the rules. I didn't fudge the rules. There's a lot of like stuff that crosses over with this,
Sure.
where you can say, well, it could be one or the other, and it's like
family
all right,
dramas count here too. Soap
Yeah.
operas.
Right.
Oh
And,
boy, you just wait till we get to my list today, everybody. It's
Yeah. All right, I
can't
know what
wait
I
to
got to go early. I know where I got to go early.
So-
I gotta say though, it's I'm okay with the fact that we're missing a nerd for the 70s
yes, because it
draft.
makes it
Like,
so
'cause
much easier.
I'm like, oh man, I don't have to bullshit about some theme I heard for the very first time 2 hours ago when I was making my list.
Right, absolutely, 100%. Because I bet you're like me. You make a list of 20, right? You have 20
I do, yeah.
picks,
And
right?
now
yeah.
now it's down to 15. I got 11.
Yeah,
11 I
well,
really like, so hopefully I can get 5.
I've got my list of 20, and like, to be honest, like I was surprised, like some of the ones that were coming across, like, holy shit, this show still was running in the 70s. I'm like, wow,
Yes.
all right, that's
There's a
kind of
couple.
cool.
There are quite a few like that. And there,
Well,
we'll
and
get
there's
on,
some I
we'll get
didn't.
to that.
So my question now is, if you use them in the 70s, can you use them again in the 80s, or should you, as a
You are the
as
one
a-
who wants more picks,
I
Teddy,
would
so
say
I would
would
no.
say as a nerd, as a single nerd, you could only pick a show in one decade.
I would agree with that.
There is the
I'll
yeah,
self-impose my own rules for me. You follow along if you'd like.
depending on
Sir.
how you would like to interpret that, because I do see what you. This is why these things are.
Because you could have
hard for us,
Sesame
noble
Street every
listener.
decade, right?
Yes, 100%. And there's a couple. There's one significant drama on my list
Oh,
that was also quite prevalent in the 80s that
there's one that's still prevalent right now.
there.
Or
I mean,
two.
there's multiple. Yeah, there's quite a few of those as well. But we'll get to that towards the end of the show. We are going to cover. We got our trailer park like we always do. Episodes 3 and 4 of Spider-Noir. We're going to talk about that, and then we'll do a little draft and wrap it all up with what you're watching. I've been watching a lot, fellas. So I've been
assume
going
that's
through a
where
phase.
we're talking Masters of the Universe at the end there.
That would be where we're going to talk about Masters of the Universe, because Tunney hasn't seen it. Like, right?
No?
You didn't go see it? No, I don't think he
No.
intended to see it.
No.
Yeah, there was never. I knew that's why we were going to cover it on the show, because like I knew.
And you
I
can,
like-
you can make its own or whatever,
But-
I had
but
all the
personally-
toys. I had Skeletor's, lair, castle,
Right.
whatever as a kid.
Personally, I much prefer covering something that we all jointly watch and see, because I just think
I'm
makes for
interested
a
to
better
hear your
conversation
guys'
for everyone.
takes. I really am.
So,
I want to know if I should watch it when it comes out on streaming, but no, I'm not going to go to the theater. It's, you know what? If it was cold outside, maybe, but in my spare time in Wisconsin, being a
Golfing.
golfer, yeah, I only have so much time.
No, I hear you. Well, and speaking of, we only have so much time. I want to respect the time that we do have and jump right into the trailer park. We got 4 trailers today. One is a revisit of a show we've talked about. One is a show that probably should have talked about 4 weeks ago when the trailer actually dropped, but it is now streaming. So figured it'd be good to talk about that as well. And then it's a unique trailer park for us this year. So Tony, hit the licensed music for the 10 seconds that we can, and then we'll move on.
Let's see what we can do here. Let's try this. There you go. Please don't sue us.
There you go. We would appreciate no lawsuits. Let's
Sue
jump.
us for what, right?
Let's
Well,
jump right
what happened?
into
I
it.
don't even know what happened.
Nothing happened. In working on the trailer park this week, happened to just pay a visit to Apple TV Plus.
I noticed.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, Patrick made a rundown for himself on the trailer park finally." I mean,
Right.
you
I
are
didn't
very
really-
you are very gracious on the trailer park, by the way. Like, some people post more than others, and some things are more applicable than others. But this was a good Patrick rundown. It's fine. It's okay.
Well,
You can have
here's the
yours.
thing. Here's the thing: is this all started with me seeing these were sub suggestions based on the third trailer we're going to talk about. But the first one that popped up was Anya Taylor-Joy, and I always get him confused. There's the Dumavel guy and Oliphant. I think this is an Oliphant, Timothy Oliphant.
No, this is Dumel.
Oh, this is Dumel. Damn it, Josh.
Josh Dumel. I'm pretty
Dumel.
sure.
And I don't know.
Positive.
Like there's a similar. I switch them all the time. So, but it was a trailer for a show called Lucky, and Anya Taylor-Joy stars as the daughter of what appears to be some sort of spy CIA agent. Who is?
Oh, it is. All right. Well, point
was
proven. Point. Patrick, proven.
Official bandwagon law. Timothy Oliphant and Josh Duhamel are the same.
It was that cocksucker from Deadwood. Okay, what do you want me to do?
That'll be an upcoming summer game. Is it a Dumel or an Oliphant?
What was the one on Saturday Night Live? Shit, I got the name. Go ahead. I'll.
It's like Mr. Saturday Night. I'll figure it out.
Damn it!
But this just looks like a tight action spy thriller, and I love.
Dermot, is it Dermot Mulroney or Dylan McDermott?
That's a good one. Plus
Dick
the
Sargent.
name similarity.
Dick Sargent, Sergeant York,
or Dickie Bond.
As it is. This looks like a fun, tight spy thriller. Looks like Anya Taylor-Joy is leading this double life. Annette Bening is the bad guy, but is she the bad guy? I mean, it's kind of like what's happening. It's intrigue. There's action. There's Anya Taylor-Joy pretending to be the damsel in distress and fooling people to get what she wants and very manipulative. I was very interested in this trailer. I think it looks cool, and it's something I am going to add to my Apple TV watch list to keep up with. I got a lot of other stuff to watch on my Apple TV watch list, but this is on there too. Dave, you're seated.
I am. Yeah, I think Apple TV is kind of turning into the A24 of streaming services that they just typically don't miss
shows.
Yeah, they don't miss. I'd agree with you. I mean, this one won't rise because I'm looking at stuff on Apple TV and I'm saying, okay, I got to put For All Mankind and Silo somewhere high up on my list of things to watch. But this is up there too. Lucky. This looks like a like you said. There's action, there's intrigue, there's adventure, there's counter espionage. Who the hell knows what's going on in this trailer? I'm like, looks fun to me. So yeah, if I could ever free up some of my watch list, and get away from some of the 10 other things on Apple.
I'm really just looking. I am actually legitimately looking, and I think part of the reason why the first two trailers are on here is because I am kind of looking for a realistic thriller, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm looking for something that isn't science fiction or fantasy or horror or not that thriller, different thriller, like a thrilling film or a thrilling show. And that's what this looks like, right, Tony? This looks pretty thrilling.
Are you thrilled, Tony?
Still.
I get it. Boy, if you haven't seen the chess series with Anya Taylor-Joy, I can't remember the name of it now, but that was thrilling. It's on
Netflix.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but search her and it'll come up. She's excellent in it. She is amazing. I enjoy watching her and watching her act as well. This should be fun. I'll probably check this out once I get Apple Plus back, Apple TV Plus. Like this episode maybe should be Bandwagon Nerds 344. How about them apples? Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm writing that down right now.
You like apples? How about these apples?
I got a number.
No, it looks good. It really does. It looks smart. It looks fun. I love Annette Bening, by the way. She is so underrated. I just love the character she plays and how she plays it. You lose yourself in the she's really good at getting you to suspend disbelief from the world we come from, right, on our network. But she does a great job of that. Whether it's
my favorite part about the way she talks.
Yeah.
Like the way that she's that casual confidence, I
couldn't stand Yellowstone, but I almost want to watch Landman just because of her or whatever one she's in. It's like, oh my God, I actually believe someone's a boss bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Speaking of boss bitches,
HBIC.
speaking of badass bitches, HBICs, Javier Bardem scaring the hell out of me in the trailer for what is now a currently streaming series on Apple TV. It started streaming this week. It's a remake of Cape Fear, and it is done in a series, and they flipped a little bit of the script in this one, where Amy Adams is the lawyer that is being terrorized by recently released Javier Bardem, who is out for revenge after Adams, her lawyer character, put him away in jail for a crime he says he didn't commit. Dun dun dun. And Bardem's just scary as hell. I'm sure Dave in particular saw at least one of the Cape Fears films. The remake probably is the one, as you make the scary eyes. The original is also quite
Yes.
good as well. The original black and white version.
Yes.
So I Bardem always scares me when he is a villain. Like whether it's in Mother, whether it's No Country for Old Men, like that dude does. The only time I wasn't scared of him, I thought he was stupid in the James Bond movie. Like I just thought, and it was more the character and how it was written than it was Bardem, because that dude is menacing. He's always menacing. I'm scared of him. I wouldn't mind if he killed Patrick Wilson. Is whatever. Fuck that guy. No. I'm sorry. I mean, he played that stupid. He played what's his nuts in Aquaman. I don't know.
Oren or whatever.
Oren. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Drink.
Hey, whatever, man. I don't want you to be mad at me.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at you. I want you to not be mad at me.
No, not at all.
Tony, you can go first, Tony, if you want on this one.
It looks good. I mean, there's a really good cast. I mean, I could tell that I think it's going to be good, but it's not. It's not for me. I believe I saw most of the De Niro Cape Fear, right? Wasn't that one of the contemporary?
Yeah, De Niro was the one in the
right?
90s.
That's the more
With Nick
recognized.
Nolte.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, go ahead, Dave. That's pretty much all I had on this
like the Robert De Niro, Nick Nolte, a very young Juliette Lewis was in there. Who was the other gal, Pat? She was drawn.
Keep going.
She's very well. I mean, she's really renowned actress. She was in like King Kong in 1976. I can't remember her name, but
Jessica Lange.
Yes, thank you. That's the one. But like that.
Jessica Lange.
Thank you. But no, the the Cape Fear remake. Remember what? And it's interesting to talk about it because remember we did one of the projects, right? And when we got to horror movies of the 90s. This one hit a lot of our lists, and it's not, you look at it and it's not a prototypical horror movie because it's more of a mystery suspense sort of thing with some horrific elements thrown into it. But yeah, this one is definitely, I would probably put this a bit ahead of Lucky just because I'm more familiar with the content and then the story. But I do like the how they flip this and they make Amy Adams the lawyer who put this guy away, and there's I think like, with the original one, it was more like Nick Nolte kind of sold him out. Not that he was innocent. And in this one, it's like, did we convict an innocent man? So,
right.
But I agree with you, Pat. Javier Bardem as a bad guy is utterly terrifying. And this one looks like it's going to be very, very good. So this one will be elevated higher on my list than some of the other ones. But yeah, I'm in on this one.
Yeah, and as I think we should be. And yeah, again, looking for a thriller. This looks like a thriller. This looks like one that will definitely fit that bill. So new trailers were a little thin this week. There wasn't a whole lot there, and I kept seeing this one pop across my feed, and I literally then saw it today in front of Masters of the Universe. And it was titled. It's this movie titled How to Rob a Bank. The cast, Tony talks a lot about good cast and great cast. And as I'm watching this trailer, it was like, holy shit, there's Nicholas Hoult. Holy shit, there's John C. Reilly. Holy shit, there's Zoe Kravitz. Holy shit, that's Christian Slater. Holy shit, that's Pete Davidson. Like, we just kept seeing all these like very familiar faces from a broad spectrum of the acting world. And this movie apparently appears to tell the story of four bank robbers that the trailer is presented with Nicholas Holt's character, I do believe, giving statistics of what it takes to make it successfully, like financially, in the United States, and your odds of being able to do all these different um, like things to live your life. And at the end of all these terrible statistics, he then points out that the success of robbing a bank is 9 out of 10. And so why not do that? And then it really starts to become this series of John C. Riley's FBI agent who has been tasked with tracking them down with the help of Zoe Kravitz, who is a computer programmer or something. She's developed an algorithm that lets you track people who don't want to be found, versus these bank robbers who seem to be doing this and giving the money away for benevolent reasons. Very, very much a Robin Hood esque sort of thing. And they're doing this all, they're robbing these banks and live streaming them at the same time. So they have this strong social media following, so much so that they're involved in a chase at one point, and they throw a guy out of his car, I think. And the guy's like, "Oh my God, are you How to Rob a Bank? I love you guys. I love your show." They're like, "Thanks for watching." Zoom, and they drive away. And meanwhile, you have John C. Riley's character who knows that these people aren't horrible, but is trying to do his job to bring them in. Also, interesting to see John C. Riley in a role like this, and kind of a cool thing to show that man's range. I've always been impressed with his range as an actor, like ever since I saw him sing in Chicago and play the character Amos. Uh, I've been much more convinced of his ability to be more than a comedic actor. So again, don't know that I'm going to see this in the theater, but this looks like a really fun. It's coming out in September, so there actually is a chance, because there's not a lot coming out around that time, that I could go see it, because it's one of those. I'm going to show the trailer to Little O'Dowd, and if he's into it, because his taste in movies is starting to shift, and I think this one might speak to him. This might be one we end up seeing, but it's a compelling movie nonetheless, and is one that if I don't see it in the theater, I will definitely see it on streaming. Uh, Nicholas Holt, by the way, just continues to be just an awesome actor, doing great stuff. Dave, actually, we'll go to Tony. I'm going to go to you first. I'll make you speak more than one sentence this time. Go.
Movies you might have forgotten John C. Riley was in:
Right.
Casualties of War, Gangs of New York, Hard Eight, What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Days of Thunder, The Sisters Brothers, Magnolia.
Who the hell is he in Days of Thunder?
I don't know. Boogie Nights. I don't know. It was fucking 1990, dude. Don't ask me that question. I'm sure he wasn't anybody special, but he was in the movie. Like, that's how. Like, and then you talk about the cast. Like, I don't know. Did you say Zoe Kravitz? Did you say Christian Slater? Christian Slater.
I did say Christian.
Did you? Okay.
He's a banker.
I mean, like, there's so many just good people in Michael Gandolfini, right? We're wondering what's next for him. This is it. So, like, that dude's gonna be around. That dude's gonna get some kind of really good streaming series. Is this a movie?
Yes. Playing in theaters in September.
I'm gonna go see this in the theater.
And it looks like it should be seen in the theater. Those car chases, car chase.
This looks fun, and maybe it's a Screen X thing. You know what I mean? This is definitely not shot in 3D. But if I can get extra screen around me when they cut to the car chases, that'd be kind of cool.
Dave,
I'm with you guys. I mean, this looks like a really good movie. I love hearing the statistics about armed robbery makes me rethink a lot of career choices. But
it says the lawyer.
The
lawyer is saying it.
If attitudeofaggression.com and Chairshot Radio Network disappear, you know what we're up to. Just
that's
saying.
right. We're robbing.
If you wonder where is Bandwagon Nerds 1 week, you know what we're up to. Just saying.
That's right. Look at your local.
I won't say
the news feed.
We're robbing a bank, but there will be signs. That's what.
Bandwagon Nerds is now every other week, and our studios are immaculate.
Yeah, not saying it's bank robbery, but it's bank robbery. No, this looks like it's going to be a fun movie and one that you definitely want to check out in the theaters. That cast is awesome. I mean, there's kind of a more comedic Ocean's 11-ish sort of feel to this thing a little bit. You know, maybe let Greg DeMarco know about that. That'll get him out to the movie theaters. But I agree with you guys. This looks like a lot of fun. and one I'm definitely seriously going to consider going to the movies because, like you're saying, the summer blockbusters will be over by the time this comes out, and it'll be time to keep going to the movies at this point.
Should a goal of this show in the near future be to have Greg DeMarco finally be a guest on this show?
He's been here once or twice.
I don't think he's ever been on this show.
He was
episode 100.
Very briefly for episode 100, where he was like, "Good job, you guys. I'm Greg."
But he's never done an episode of Bandwagon Nerds.
No.
He hasn't. No.
Well, that's a shame.
You meet with him once a week.
Look, I am more than willing to shame him into broadcasting whenever you would like. I feel like I'm just waiting for the green light from Patrick to go. Yeah, shame him into being on a fucking episode.
It is easy, Tony. All we have to do is, how like Marvel does the one shots. One Night Werewolf, Punisher, Last Kill. We'll do a BWN one shot on the Oceans franchise. He will be here. He'll be here.
We could actually do a BWN special on Oceans, considering it started with Sinatra and then it went into the successful women's franchise as well, in my opinion. So.
Yes.
We can only do it as a one-shot special if we do an AI knockoff of the old CBS special event thing that would spin on the screen
into the eye. Yeah. Well, you know what,
Ray, if you're listening, Ray,
you
have your task.
No, he should just happily do an normal episode of Bandwagon Nerds, and I publicly declare now I will talk to him about that.
Probably around Tuesday.
Shame. Where's the shame? You've got the shame plug, Tony.
I can try. I sure as hell can try. We got to get Dan to fix my sound because the foobar still works when Dan and I do DWI. So that's really the way to do it on here. But let's see. What do we got? Sound is done for the day. You might be hearing this live, but we don't hear it in studio. So shame on us.
Shame.
Ray says he's listening.
Oh, he's
Ray,
listening.
Okay, well then you have your homework.
Can you hear the shame, Ray? Yes or no?
As we talk, this is great.
Can you hear the shame?
Can you feel the shame?
We got a new title. We got a new episode title. Can you hear the shame?
I like that. There you go.
We also got our last trailer on the trailer park this week around. Is our second and more full look at the end of Oak Street. Starring Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor in a mysterious little neighborhood. Why are you dusting your shoulder off? Okay. Gotcha.
Ray says he can't hear the shame.
Okay. Well, that's a shame.
Yeah, you can hear it, Jimmy, but you're not listening.
We're not in that part of the show yet, Ray. We'll plug the website when it's time.
Yeah, God, I mean, just talk about
burying the lead.
Burying the lead.
Basically, Ray, you plug the website. You got it, Ray. Anything for you, man. Anything for you. Here we go. Yes, sir, Ray.
Yeah.
Anyway, the end of Oak Street. We knew after we watched the teaser trailer that dinosaurs were likely. This time we got to see them eating a neighbor. I cackled. I'm not gonna lie.
That bitch didn't listen. They told her she had a good 3 seconds to jump right back in the house. They ran right past her to get back in the house, and she's like, "Well, let's go, chomp." Dumbass
right.
bitch.
The dogs agree. She was not. She chose poorly, and got what was coming to her. But this trailer was much more like it reiterated the things from the teaser. Where they're sitting around and they're like, "What happened to the neighborhood, Mom? We got some mysterious lights," and she's like, "I think our neighborhood has been taken somewhere else." And well, yeah, obviously. And there's whatever. Okay, we gotta. Ray is trolling the show.
You gotta learn when to and not to pay attention to the chat. Ray wants us to talk about the new Bandwagon Nerds website. Website of
the BWN subreddit.
Let's time out. Let's remind Ray publicly, and for those
are my eyes blue yet or not, Monday, Ray? Because until my eyes are blue, I don't want to see you in this chat, you son of a biscuit.
No, stay in the chat, Ray. It's totally fine. You're gonna mess with my ADHD. It's gonna make my ADHD. Like that's the thing is the ADHD one when the little chat pops up. My ADHD, must click it. Anyway,
I don't mean to be
Ray.
Mr. Blue Eyes.
Ray, that the format of the show is that we have a break after a segment, and that's usually when I do the plugs. But we weren't there yet. You're so eager.
Not Mr. Blue Skies. That's a great
I'm
song.
Mr. Brightside.
Mm-mm.
Anyway,
I got a
so
friend who's a Lumineers fan. That's a good song.
so here we are. We've got
Or the who is it?
Mr. Brightside.
No, it's
It's the Killers.
the Killers. My bad.
The Lumineers.
Like fuck,
It'd be
what am
like
I talking about?
so it'd be like super slow in country.
Yeah, well,
yeah, there you go.
Mr. Brightside.
It might even
Have
have a
you
little
heard that Tupac
jazz.
song- have
like
you
a
heard
little
that Tupac
jazz thing
song,
to it.
"Friend in Low Places"?
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, into Oak Street, back on track. Dinosaurs eating lady neighbors. They recap a little bit more of showing the mystery of the neighborhood getting transported. We see flashing, we see lights lighting everything up. We see the moments where people realize that their neighborhood has been transported. We still don't know why. We don't want the purpose. Are aliens involved? Is this a transdimensional rift? Did the velociraptors learn more than just turning doorknobs? That's the question that we have. Meanwhile, Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor fighting back. Kinda. Ewan McGregor kind of sucks at it. Like he is no Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is definitely
He could use a lightsaber, that's for sure.
Which concerns me that our beloved Anne is going to get chopped at some point because Ewan McGregor is going to have to like pony up and save the day. But hey, it could be the other way around. We could just eat Ewan McGregor. I mean,
Yeah,
there's worse things to happen in the world. It'd be better if it was Patrick Wilson, but can't.
Let's
have
go
everything.
back 6-7 years to a meeting between a studio and a movie producer about this movie. Picture this. We take a neighborhood and drop it in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Not interested.
No.
No. I've
Dude,
already seen
they-
Jurassic Park. This is Jurassic
I-
Park in a neighborhood. The bitch got her head I already seen the best part. That stupid bitch that didn't listen got her head right. I mean, literally, just
Yeah.
bye-bye.
I understand where you're coming from. I'm definitely going to go see this. I think, as soon as the dinosaurs showed up, I showed it to my wife. I said, you got to check this trailer out. She goes, oh, yeah, we're going to this one.
See,
She's such a Jurassic Park fan. And I'm like, this looks fun. I love the cat. Ewan McGregor and Anne Hathaway.
Is this
I'm
a
like,
genre
okay.
now? Is this a genre?
No.
Like a
Dinosaur movies have
live-action
been a
dinosaur
thing.
movie?
So here's the other thing: is the whole point of Jurassic Park, the original Jurassic Park, the brilliant movie that is the original Jurassic Park, the OG, was all about like man's hubris with science, and and that's my favorite thing about science fiction is toying with things that are not ours. This seems to be that we shouldn't be toying with. This seems to be something totally different in terms of how they got there. If the disqualifier is there's dinosaurs in the movie, I don't know that I can agree with that, Tony. But what I can agree with is that the chick should have gotten back in the house. Like that was legit because she got chopped. I also hope that was an incomplete special effect because if you really go back and watch it, it is not very well rendered. But and it is true in trailers in general. But yeah,
and I love what you said there, Pat. That the hook to this movie is not the dinosaurs; it's how did they get there? What was done? Is this like a Myst sort of situation where someone's fucking around with a dimensional sort of thing, and they open a rift, and this whole neighborhood just gets transported?
Did you just do the video game Myst? Is that what you just said?
No.
What are you talking about? The Myst, like the Stephen King?
Yeah. Because remember, in that movie, they were messing around with a dimensional portal, and that's what let all the creatures in.
Right. That's added backstory. If you've ever read the novella, there's no explanation at all. The Myst rolls in, and people run from Lovecraftian creatures. It's kind of fun. What has also been fun is finding out that we got some good stuff coming, even if it's not necessarily in the genre that we typically cover, though the end of Oak Street definitely in the bandwagon nerd wheelhouse. We are going to now do our break, not our actual break because we can't do the break. We got no commercials. We're not going to run. I mean, Tony could do it. Tony could tell you where to go to find all of this wonderful content and how to support us should you want. You're seeing the first part or the second part first. Head over to prowrestlingtees.com/the chair shot. Invest in one of our many chair shot shirt designs, including the Bandwagon Nerds design that is behind Dave as he moves out of the way so you can see it all. Also, make sure that you're heading over to thechairshot.com and bandwagonnerds.com. That's right. We are working on our own subdivision, subreddit, if you will, within the chairshot.com website that is going to start covering a lot more of our content, not just our podcast. I'm sure that this is going to renew the interest in trying to force me to write something.
So if you go into bandwagonnerds.com, if you scroll all the way to bottom at thechairshot.com, you're going to be able to see that beautiful logo that we have. It's going to be play latest or watch on YouTube. So directly you can audibly play the latest radio edition of the show, or visually you can watch the latest YouTube edition of the show. If you scroll down, there's a what if about the show. And then you can select either Patrick, Dave, Ray, or myself and get a little bit more personality about who we are. And then also our lists. And even most recently, our kids' 70s TV show lists from the draft are all on there. So it's a really fun, cool thing that we've added to this part of the chairshot.com. And we're pretty proud of it. We're pretty proud of Ray. That's for fucking sure. And hopefully he'll be back next week to do some more drafting.
Yeah, really excited about this. Anything that you can download as media on the show, for example, the trailer YouTube links, YouTube videos are also on that site too. So if you're hearing us talk about these trailers, we get excited about them. Go to bandwagonnerds.com. It'll take you right to them. You can see them, and it's it's in its infancy. Literally, I joked about it. I didn't joke about it. I was being real when I posted on X. I shared the initial link. Like back when I thought I was just going to talk about the Avengers Endgame for a week or two, maybe a one-off with Dave, and back then it was Rick, forever ago, talking about these movies. Never did I think there would be a Bandwagon Nerds website.
So the other thing too is we're also streaming live this broadcast on thechairshot.com. So you can also get that broadcast on the website as well. So big moves forward. In addition, I want to let you guys know, don't forget about attitudeofaggression.com. Some huge things going on over there. Great idea. YouTube channel. Most recently, unidentified history episode with a lot of the latest governmental things that are going on and drops like that. Dave has basically guilted me into going to see Age of Disclosure so we can cover it together. I'll go. Disclosure Day.
Age of Disclosure.
What we did that one already.
We did that one already. Yeah, that was last year.
What is it? Power of the Rings, Rings of Power. Either way, I gotta go see it. We're gonna cover it. I'm publicly claiming I will do that, Dave. So there you go. Be happy about that.
Thank you. I'm fucking thrilled, man. Because
when do I gotta go see this next weekend?
Somewhere. It comes out on the 12th. So
next weekend is Toy Story 5 weekend. So ain't nobody going out alongside Toy Story 5.
I'll double dip it.
I don't think Disclosure Day is out next weekend.
It is. It's on the 12th.
It
comes out on the 12th.
I'm not going to see either movie. Don't need to listen to Taylor Swift sing a Toy Story song. And I love you, Dave, but when the aliens come, I'm ready to bow to our new lizard-faced overlords.
You got a villain in Pat.
You got a lizard-faced overlord in me. It rolls right off the tongue. All right. Let's get into our current show coverage. That's right, Spider-Noir episodes 3 and 4. See, we got to start talking like this again. See, we got to watch out. There's a lot of villains about it, a lot of ruffians, a lot of rough characters. We got to give them the little what for and the 1-2. Punch them in the face. See. Oh no! No! Turn that off. Turn that
on the website. On the website, you can.
It is on the website.
Mobilely too. Check it out.
Here's what I love. Here's what I love about Spider-Noir so far. And again, all the episodes are available on Amazon. So if you've already watched these and you're sitting there screaming at me, just you wait. I hope that's true. I love the slow burn of these superpowered characters not necessarily being villains to start. Like Flint Marco, not a villain to start. Tombstone, not a villain to start. They're being pushed in that direction by the good intentions of our heroes, both Ben and now Robbie. Write an article. I'm just going to talk about these 2 episodes as if they're a conglomeration of one episode for what it's worth. But Robbie writing this article after the police invade the shantytown and stupidly believing that the sensationalist journalist guy who's like, they love those superhero guys. They love those guys. We're going to write them all. He should go back to Brooklyn Nine-Nine where he belongs and stop writing newspapers. I think it's the guy. I think he's one of the guys in Brooklyn
No,
Nine-Nine.
that's not Boyle.
It's not? It looks like Boyle.
No, it's not Boyle. There's no way. I would have recognized that.
I could have sworn it was him. Anyway, it's fine. But the point here is that it really has done. We got to see the end of Winston. Lucas Haas, we hardly knew you. Sorry, man. But you earned it. And of course, the femme fatale. The femme fatale.
Who was it? Walters? Walters, right? Was the guy you're talking about?
I found him. It's not him. You're right.
It's Richard Ribichaud.
The femme fatale that is Ms. Hardy.
Cat Hardy.
Cat Hardy, such a clever name, has nothing to do with Felicia at all. I'm sure her real name won't come out to be Felicia at any point.
It is Lee Jun Lee.
No, I know who the actress is.
But that's
I'm talking about the character. The character's real name.
Yeah.
It would not surprise me if Felicia popped up in any way, shape, or form. Just saying. Anyway,
Felicia.
All the dudes want a piece of her. You know, Silvermane's got the hots for her. She loves Flint. Like, she's in love with Flint Marco, yet at the same time, she's tugging on the heartstrings of our hero, Ben Reilly, who is 60 years older than her. And it shows. But hey, what's a little May December romance? I don't know. But she's playing him, see? She's playing him. The dame's playing him. I just like talking like that. It's fun. Somebody else talk. I'm all over the place right now.
It's like that Dave Chappelle thing. Stop talking like that. Stop talking like what, Copper? Huh? What? Talk like what?
You'll never take me alive, see?
I tell you, yeah, and I caught up with the show, being off last week and got through the first 4 episodes, and I really am enjoying the show. It definitely, if there's any doubt to watch it in color or black and white, that should have been put to rest, just for the way that the show.
No, Tony picked color.
Did you
listen to last week's episode? Really? Tony went color.
Well,
he flipped and never flipped back, if I do recall. He was like, I'm just gonna see what it looks like.
4 minutes in. Did you know though, Dave, like, you might not have known this. Back then though was 30s, right?
It's a Great Depression, so yeah.
Yeah. They actually, like, real life was in color though.
I'm aware of that, yes. The prehistoric man was in color too, but I like these 2 episodes, and I like the way that they're building up, and I do like you're saying, Pat, kind of the slow burn to where we're coming with the villains, if you can air quoting villains, and just kind of now you're starting to see different powers develop. Like, you've got Flint's got the Sandman, you've got the one guy who's the one that Robbie was looking for. What's his name? Lucas? Is that who he's looking for?
No, that's not his name.
Or Lonnie. Sorry, Lonnie. So Lonnie's got the unbreakable skin, a la Luke Cage. The guy he fights in this episode, in episode 4, is more like Electro sort of thing. But I thought at the end of episode 4, Cat's just, it is just the tip. It's not typical, but it's just like the total Lois Lane rip off of. They ripped off Superman 2, the Donner cut, right, where Lois, to prove that he's Superman, jumps out the window and has to save her, but he doesn't ever turn into Superman to do that. But here Ben just has no choice, and he's got to web her and bring her up, and they embrace, and like you're saying, like little May to December romance never hurt anybody. But it's a really fun show, and I dig that now that you get to see the Spider aspect of things, you get to see that a little bit more. You also get the backstories to what happened to Ruby. Now, how much of that was true as opposed to what did Ben embellish for Cat's benefit as to what really happened to Ruby. But you get the impression that there's a lot more truth to that story than probably Ben wanted to let on. But you get to see, this is what happened to Ruby and kind of what motivated Ben to go down the path of isolation that he went down. But the show's really good. I mean, it's a different take on a different Spider-Man character, and I think they've done an excellent job of bringing that noir element to him, and they've really translated that to the smaller screen really well. So I'm really digging the series so far. Tony,
when they get into the action sequences, they're just so good. They really are. And Pat and I talked about it last week, where this was the perfect superhero for Cage to play at this point in his career, because you need to even know who's in there when he has the spider suit on, right? Like, as long as it's his voice doing the spider voice, it doesn't matter, right? And it all works. You like Ben Reilly's voice, yes, especially when he's interrogating bad cops. That whole sequence there was.
When he's trying to get to the bottom. And I forgot that he completely sets up Winston to take that fall by stealing the marked pills, putting him in his pocket, so that he's protecting Cat, who is
in the first 4 episodes. That's been one of my favorite scenes, is him sneaking into Silvermane as the Spider and getting away with it. Obviously, we all knew he was above the bed. It was such a really nice, kind of very cool. If you watched it and imagined it as comic book sequencing as well as paneling, right, it would have been really fun to see as well. So I can tell you, brother Joe, brother of DPP, has watched the first 2 episodes and is really into it. So I'll continue to try and get his thoughts. He is enjoying it on Black and White and enjoying Silvermane. Was the Kilowatt? Was that the electric guy that we got at the end there? I think that was the name of him.
Yeah, I think that's his.
Lonnie Lincoln is Tombstone, by the way.
Yeah.
So there we go. But yeah, man, this is so awesome. I'm so glad they didn't do a movie, to be honest with you, because we can get at least 3 seasons out of this, right? Easily.
Dude, when does the mayor die? When does the mayor get his? Because he sit there, try to stay up to.
Well, and now he pissed Ben Reilly off by forcing
both sides.
Yeah, he's a douche.
Yeah, like Silvermane saying, well, he's asked for it, so let's give it to him. And so Flint's going to give it to him.
Riley could easily just go with Silvermane and keep him at arm's length and have a very easy life and not care and keep a blind eye. Unfortunately, you mentioned Kat playing Ben. I don't think so. I think Ben's heard this track many times before, and he's letting her think that.
In the world of traditional noirs, Ben knows and will double cross her before she double crosses him towards the end of the episode, end of the season. Like, that is very much a noir thing. Femme fatale.
It was a really cool.
We know what Ben's really interested in, don't we, Tony?
Cat.
Say it. Dad ass.
Oh, that's close. It's right around the corner.
Cat ass. There you go.
Fuck you. Now I can't remember what I was going to say. Damn it. Go ahead, Patrick.
Well, then in that case, we are halfway through this. Next week we get to episodes 5 and 6. It's only an 8-episode run. I like that this is a tight little story. We got to talk about here's the one thing that frustrates me, though. I know it's a normal trope in film of all kinds, not just noir. I hate the misunderstanding that leads somebody down a bad path, and the initial connection between Ben and Kat that Flint Marko walks in on, like, that one is a misunderstanding, and it leads him down the dark path back to Silvermane, and is eventually going to lead to Lonnie getting there too.
I think turning into Sandman again when he was kissing Kat is what led him back to Silvermane and realize he could never be with her, because he was ready to just leave and push it all away.
But before he goes to Silvermane, he goes to that theater where he knows she's gonna be. Like, that's why it's important. Is like, and then he sees the two of them together, and he's like, so who knows?
It didn't hurt the story progression. That's for sure.
Right.
No.
So.
The other thing I wanted to say was it was a really good cliffhanger. I know we watched them back to back, so it wasn't a cliffhanger. But
where you thought Riley got shot?
episode 3 and episode 4. Like we knew one person got shot, and you're like, there's no way. You know, you don't really get to dwell on it when you're just like, yes, play next episode, or no, watch credits after 4. You know, odds, yes, evens, credits.
Right. Yeah,
For us.
I'm loving where this is going. I'm loving where this is going. I love where this episode has gone so far today. It's been a fun one, and we're going to keep the good times.
Don't you
Oh.
kind of want to say to Sony, "Hey guys, this is how you do a Spider-Man fucking show, right?"
Things. Have Spider-Man stuff with Spider-Man in it.
Yes.
Even if it's not Peter Parker.
This
Like that's the
This
thing.
is how you do it.
this
Right.
series should go for at least 3 like if they can get 5, like keep, as long as you can keep telling really good stories and tell short stories. Like this whole season is going to be a pretty short story, to be honest with you. We're not really expending a whole lot about Ben Reilly as the Spider, you know, and you can
Yeah.
also start doing flashbacks in future seasons too,
And
and they haven't
Tony,
done
one of the
a
things
lot of that.
one of the things you said that's so spot on is that, you know, you only need Nicolas Cage for certain aspects of the story. You put the spider mask on, you can get fucking somebody Tom Holland's age in there doing all the stunts. No one's going to know any different. So yeah, you've got a lot of latitude with this.
Cool. All right. Hopefully next week we can get Ray to hear him talk about this too, because I'm sure he's got tons of thoughts.
He's
that
listen,
whatever.
Ray, why don't you drop your thoughts in the chat?
No,
Ray, since you're
no,
talking
we're
talk
not
to Ray
doing
all
this
the
game.
time.
I'm not Ray. I'm not reading Ray thoughts.
Honestly,
on the air.
Ray,
We're not doing
Ray,
it.
honestly, Ray, why don't you try and get on the show here in the next whenever you get home
Well,
for a little bit?
That's
Just
a
say hi.
That's a dangerous proposition because he's going to try to get on using his phone, and then we know how that's going to
It's
go.
fine.
And
It's
I'm-
all
He's
fun.
gonna be on AOL dial-up and all this other
don't
shit.
put that evil on him.
He don't.
And if you bring him in now, then you're going to have 20 picks instead of 15 for the draft. So
Oh,
why are you messing with the good thing we had going with the draft?
Wow, yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Well, I mean, Ray also brings another segment to the draft that you may not have like in your lineup as well, so it maybe wouldn't be that horrible.
Yeah.
Although I got a few, so
All right. Well,
rightfully so.
with that in mind, we're
Broad
going
umbrella.
to we're going to once again flash those websites up at y'all, because again, this would normally be where we'd have our second commercial break. So first, again, if just
Which one
this
do
is
you want?
Bandwagoneers. Well, let's start with Bandwagoneers. Let's start with not Bandwagoneers. Let's start with the chairshot.com. Start with the mothership. Make sure you head over to the chairshot.com. Always use your head, because that's where we are. We are on the Chairshot Radio Network, part of the chairshot.com, where we remind you to always use your head. And then within that website, you can indeed find our site, the Bandwagon Nerd site, which will take you to all of the awesome things that we do, the stuff we cover, the episodes, and more. Heck of a fun time. Shout out to my brother currently listening to the live stream. He just texted me because he wants to hear my thoughts on a certain Masters of the Universe film. And then
hang in
also,
there.
yeah, you're gonna enjoy a draft that'll bring you back to our childhood and our mother, because she's the reason I know half of these shows. But we also need to remind you that if you love what we do here on thechairshot.com, to head over to head over to prowrestlingtees.com/the chairshot and invest in one of our sweet chair shot designs. Dave's got to get back to California Adventure, and your t-shirt can help push him towards another ticket admission. Dave, just nod. Yep, right. Tony needs to golf, people. He needs another round or 3. So help a brother out, and I need a new bowling ball.
16
You can never have enough gear. So help keep this network going. We're really excited about the direction that things have gone with the website revamp and all these sites.
Do you wear a glove or brace or anything?
No, because I'm a real bowler.
Nothing. Just
nope.
Don't yell at
Freehand
me.
that
I'm just asking. Don't talk to me
Freehand
like
that,
that,
baby.
young man.
Freehanded like that. I mean, what?
Yeah.
I got it. No, I got it. I got
Sometimes I
it.
use
We
the
don't
right
need
hand.
to do that. We don't need to do that, Jess.
I got it.
Hide
I'm
your
sure you've
children,
had-
everybody. Hide your children.
I would imagine you've had the same teammates for a long time. No big deal.
Hey, yes, that is true. All right, let's get into it. So, folks, if you missed it last week, we start every summer. We here on the Bandwagon, we take on some kind of project. In the spring we do our March Madness thing that's run by Ray. I'm basically I'm the list guy / the draft guy, and a couple months back I was talking about how they don't make television intros the way they used to, and that led us down to this round of projects. This summer we are doing the television intros drafts. So the introductions, the opening credits, the music, the scenes, everything you see in front of a TV show before it gets going. This summer is the 70s. We're doing at least the 70s. Depending on how the summer goes, we may do the 80s as well. But we divide these decades up into categories. Last week we did family and children's programming. This week we are doing dramas. Next week we are going to do action. And because comedies are the most near and dear to our heart, we will wrap the 70s intro project with comedies in 2 weeks. So for those of you who don't remember the rules, I'm actually going to do the randomizer draft order. I didn't have time to do it before the show. We're going to do it in front of everybody. We're going to see if the screen share function works on this bad boy here in a second. It's going to be really exciting.
All right.
Oh,
nice.
boy.
Hope you enjoyed Bandwagon Nerds 344, everybody.
Hey,
Dave,
brother O'Dowd,
let's just
stay
play
with
a game
us.
of Patrick, download the golf. Well, I'll play golf if this doesn't work.
Oh, fair enough. We'll see what happens. But we do a snake style draft. The rules are pretty simple. It has to be a drama. Can't be some family kids program or a sitcom out of category, though we'll still allow it and then just shame the person who
Dave's
picks it.
first drama, the Brady Bunch.
Wow. I
There
already used the
was
Brady
some drama
Bunch.
there.
I've used the Brady Bunch already. I can't use it again.
Oh, I didn't know
That
you
is
were
true.
adhering to rules. My bad.
I adhere to the
It's-
rules I set for myself, Tony.
That is spoken like a
$6
true
million
man is a
That
drama,
is a
right?
lawyer line if I've ever heard one.
I had to
if you didn't
reignite
know-
the rivalry, Dave. Apparently, me and you are rivaling over
If
this.
you didn't know, everybody,
Just for fun.
Dave's a
Just for
lawyer,
fun.
and that response was that was such a lawyer response. But anyway,
Yeah.
we do snake style drafts, so it'll be picks 1, 2, 3, and then 3, 2, 1, and so on and so forth. Dave, I have assigned you number 1.
Yes.
Tony, I have assigned you number 2. No, for the randomizer.
Oh.
And I am number 3. So I'm going to, here we go. Here's the experiment. Share screen. Share sequence generate. Share. Did it work?
It worked.
It's in the
Hey!
mode
Not really.
window. There.
Hey,
it
there you
is.
go. Okay,
There you
all right.
go. There you go.
All right. And here we go.
I
So
really hope you can put us back together again, Humpty.
Tony is
Called
1. Tony is 1. Dave is 2.
I
Patrick is
picked
3.
first. Oh shit. That's
No.
interesting. Oh
No, we got the sequence. That's the number you're assigned.
Oh.
Sequence is Patrick first, Tony second, and for the second week in a row, Dave is
I
third.
wanted to be in the middle. That's perfect. The 3, that's perfect.
It is perfect. Tony, Dave,
Who's first? Patrick? Shit.
me.
All right. fuck
Stop
you.
sharing. Well, and I'm
Navigated that
already.
very
Let me
well,
bring up my
Patrick.
notepad. I got my notepad
Very
up. I'm ready to go,
well done,
baby.
yeah.
Draft. Let's go. Draft.
Oh, having the first pick is the worst. Actually, honestly, I don't
Yeah.
like having the very first pick because
No.
whatever I pick,
What are you
somebody
gonna
else is going to love. What am I going to take? So I'm going to start with a tribute to my mother.
I'll
and one
I'll
of the
be
sh-
honest with you whether or not you take my pick.
That's fine. I don't know. This one may. I'm probably already pushing the controversy because the thing about the 70s is a lot
Oh, you're
of
gonna take
our
it.
dramas were procedurals or cop dramas or stuff like that. And so yeah, there are some ones where we push things. But of all the random ass cop dramas that Mama O'Dowd used to
You're
watch,
good.
Tony's already
Yeah, go
feeling
ahead.
better.
No, you're fine.
He's
I'm
already
ready.
feeling better because I bet you he doesn't know. Raymond Burr, Perry Mason himself, used to play a cop drama show where he was a cop who had been wounded in the line of duty and was forced to be in a wheelchair. And it has the dopest opening song plus the silhouette of what happened to poor Raymond Burr as he becomes Ironside. Not Michael Ironside, that's an actor. Ironside, the cop turned private detective because he's been injured in the line of duty. And if you've ever seen the movie Kill Bill, You know the siren that starts that whole sequence. Quincy Jones wrote it for this show. My first pick of this draft, Ironside, starring Raymond Burr. Tony
Good
or
pick.
Dave's
Good
clapping.
pick.
It's good.
Good
I
pick,
wrote
man.
number one next to it. Like it was going to be my number one.
Man.
Tony gets to pick second.
Oh man. I'm gonna piss you guys off. Probably.
No, you're not.
You're
But-
picking the Brady Bunch, aren't you?
I'm picking MASH.
Oh,
it's,
no,
that's
son.
a tough. That's
son.
I mean,
Isn't that a sitcom, Tony?
Do you know the name of the actual song that plays behind the opening to that show? Do you know the name of it? Well, Suicide is Easier or Suicide is Better. That's the name of that song. That show is a drama.
I don't have a.
Do you want? I'll take.
No.
I can.
I agree with you. It is one of those
if for
fence
no
straddler.
other reason
It's
than
a fence straddler.
If the $6 million is the $6 million.
I would like to think that those two picks wouldn't be mentioned in the same sentence, Patrick. But
now, who are you talking to?
The bad guy. Duh.
There are with MASH. There's a lot of comedic elements for sure, but there's some real drama. Like when the gosh, I'm trying to remember the name of the guy.
Hawkeye killed the babies.
Well, no, when the first. Remember when the first one, who was the first guy that in charge of it, right? I forget his name, but
he dies. He dies
in the helicopter. Yeah, that's one of the most devastating moments that I ever remember seeing.
It's crazy to me because that show was formed after the movie, and it was just like in the longevity of that movie, because that show lasted into the 80s, if I'm not mistaken. It ended in early 81 or 82, something like that.
Yeah. I think it's a great pick, man.
Thanks, Dave.
I mean, if Dave allows it, then I guess it's fine.
I don't even think it falls into the egregious category. It may creep up to the line. I
just wanted to needle you. Come on, man. I was going to needle you.
I think with the truth serum, you're like, yeah, that's the closest to the line you should get. Not, spend $6 million for some. Never mind. Sorry, I'll let it go, Dave. We're done. We're done. We'll be done with it. We'll be done with it right there. We'll be done with it right there. Sorry.
So I got two in a row, and they're both. You are my bestie. They're both like one of them for sure is a fence straddler with the category coming up next week. And the other one is I'm feeling a lot better about it because we're not going to have a certain category. But the first one is like Pat's saying, a lot of cop dramas, a lot of things that cross over with action adventure. To me, there is no more iconic opening from the 70s than Hawaii Five-0 with the theme song and the waves and all the people dancing.
See, and
all that
I
stuff.
left it out
because
I was going to put it on next one.
I left it for action.
That one's
that's
okay,
fine.
Right?
We'll get there. No big deal.
So Hawaii Five-0 is I love that theme song. There was an aspect of it when I was a kid, like I remember like the intro, and there was like a point in the intro where like an eye looks through a glass or something like that. That used to scare me as a kid. I tried to look for the opening again today and I couldn't find it. My second one coming back around, and the reason this is on here is because like I know other categories we've talked about, fantasy and that sort of thing and that. But my number two is and it's not, there's no really iconic music to this, but the intro is iconic because it's Fantasy Island. It's Hervé Villechaize. It's going up there, boss the plane. That is, one of the most iconic.
Remember, we talked about this. Music is only a part of it. It is whole show. Right. Like that's the thing about Ironsides that I love is so cool. Is the music fucking slaps, but then the silhouette and it tells the story of like how he is, why he is in the situation he is. So
that's why I've got with Ricardo Montalban out there. Boss who's one of the guests today.
Sorry.
I mean, this intro made Hervé Villechaize into a household name for a decade or so. So yeah, I got Fantasy Island as my number two. Tattoo. That's right. There you go. Back to Tony.
All right, Tony.
I was so glad when Patrick went first, because then I could know I had two picks behind him, so I could get this coming back, just in case, because we had been the two that had mainly mentioned this kind of genre, and I think it fits perfectly because it's a daytime drama.
Okay.
Bum, 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 bum. Like sand through the hourglass, so are the days of our
Not the
lives.
one that I had on my list.
Well, I got I got a few left, so we'll see.
I've
Da-da-da-da-da.
got
So
one soap opera on my list, but it wasn't that one.
this one you could pick from. I think it started in the late '60s actually, and is still going today. And
Yes.
my stepmom, when I was in the early middle '90s, I would come home from school and she would have taped them. And like I'd be doing chores and I'd be like, okay, now I'm like watching these beautiful women and these outrageous storylines. So now I know what's going on, right? So now fast forward, I'm in college and all these co-eds know what's going on, and I'm like, oh, I remember that name. Oh, you're having okay, sure, yeah, I'll come over for the. Oh yeah, yeah, so it kind of paid off later on, but very iconic with the hourglass and the music and everything. So that will be
It's just like
my second. Yes, I did.
you using a soap opera to prey on co-eds. That is, I like it,
don't
Tuddy. I like it.
know. I think everybody was. I think
It's
like
like Ches going to funerals to pick up on widows and stuff like that.
no,
Oh, you're so young.
I think everybody mutually was well served.
Ooh, I like that.
All right. So that brings it back to me. I
So
am going
was
to
the
stick.
days of my life.
I am going to stick with primetime dramas, and I am sacrificing a primetime drama that I would pick in the '80s.
Oh, are you
Because
gonna do it?
started
Is
in
it
the '70s.
is it a
Oh, I'm picking it.
Texas? Is it a
It
Texas
is a
town?
Texas one.
It is a great pick.
Dallas.
Great
Larry
pick.
Hagman
Yeah.
as
Great pick.
J.R. Ewing, that rotten bastard. You can't.
It's
Dallas.
it's
started in
apropos they get packed.
76,
It's apropos they
78,
get picked
somewhere
back to back. Sorry, yeah.
Hell yeah. Can't. I am stunned to see Dallas not not get. I'm like I get. Well, I mean David Fantasy. I kind of get that.
Well, and he
Dallas.
picked an
So you
action
know,
again,
Pat. Dallas is my number 3 on my list.
Dave,
So
your
Number
action list is
3
like Dave lost 2 major action list players already in his action list.
I know, right?
Action, I'm not worried about. There's a lot of action. That's not the
Dave,
hard category.
don't worry, Dave got a lot of action in the '70s.
Did he?
That's right.
That's true. Bet you
No.
that was he had a
Dave,
full head of hair
no.
then.
It's a little young.
A little early, okay.
A little early.
Full Abner. All right, I get to pick again too, right?
Yes.
Oh boy,
Snake
is right.
draft.
So now I do have a decision to make because it's like where do I
Dallas
want to go with
pod.
this next one?
OD.
Okay, I'm going to do another tribute to the Mama O'Dowd and another show that she watched in syndication
Oh boy.
forever. And I remember spending many hours.
I want to play the guessing game, but I don't want to give away our picks list.
Yeah, you don't want to give away picks.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm gonna go with a medical drama. I'm going with Quincy, M.E. Quincy, medical examiner. I am going to introduce you to the wonders of police, the greatest of police work, the world of forensic science, while playing Jack Klugman, running the autopsy room, and the intro. The best part of the intro is he pulls open the body and shows him what I want the body. I'm just all down, passes out. Quincy, awesome. If I were to bring it up, I talk to my parents every Sunday. Like that's a phone call that we make. If I guarantee you, if I ask my parents tomorrow, my mom can tell me where to watch an episode of Quincy on her on her satellite television or whatever. Because Quincy was the shit, and he was the shit. It was one of those shows that I didn't like when I was a kid. And then as I got older and she kept watching it, I became a teenager. Suddenly I'm like, oh, this is really interesting. Wow, look at him go. He's going to catch those criminals using forensic science. Because that's totally how it happens. It does. But, that's beside the point. Tony, to you.
That's me.
It is you.
Dun, 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 dun. Hopefully, I was so far off, no one notices it. But what about Peter Falk's face in different colors, flashing different ways as we get the open to Columbo? Huh? That's a
My
Columbo
my
looking
my
face right
my
there.
brother my brother
There you
literally
go. It was
texted it.
Columbo. He did.
My
He
brother
did.
just texted it to me.
Yeah, I remember like the last Columbo episode in the '90s too. I think he got
Oh,
stuck
there's
in like
just one more thing.
just one more thing. He's got the trench coat and the cigar and the look and just such
Yes,
an
absolutely.
iconic series, man. Like as someone who grew up part of their childhood for like a good, not a long but significant amount of time with their grandparents, I got lucky enough to, like we talked about, go to certain movies, but also to watch some really good, 70s and 80s and early 90s television as well. And Columbo was definitely one of those things, and the
Columbo had a really
specials end up
interesting.
being really special.
Yeah, it had this such a kind of a like the 70s intro kind of was a little goofy with
It
the
was this
distorted pictures and like it was kind of fun.
non-violent sleuth, right?
Right.
Non-violent sleuth. Like I
I
am
do
smarter than you, and I'm going to come off as stupid and lure you into my trap.
I would be remiss if I didn't make a point. I got to go back for a second. Not only was the whole sequence of watching Quincy immigrate, the music was a jazzy little number that also slapped pretty hard.
Mhm.
Ba ba da da ba 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 da 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 da. All right, Tony
Yeah.
or Dave. Dave's your
Yeah, a
turn.
lot of the
Pick a
music
comedy
from these
so we all get
shows.
pissed.
Okay. So I
Patrick's
got
more
two.
Patrick. I'm like upfront and nice about it. Be like objecting
I'm
to
just
your
spitting
stuff,
nails, baby.
and Patrick is like passively super
Well,
aggressive,
yeah, I got two
and it makes a
picks.
great podcast. So I love
It
it.
does.
Yeah. Oh
One
yeah.
of them
That's
shouldn't be
that
the
halo
first
is
one.
horns, my friend.
My first one
Supporting.
shouldn't be too controversial. It could have slipped into the family shows as well, but this was as iconic as it got in the '70s, and this Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah, it was on my list too.
And with
Little
with
Laura
Michael
running up the
Landon,
hill.
yeah, the kids running down the hill. One of the girls falls and eats shit in the hill and all that sort of stuff. But it could have actually, certainly been a family
You
show.
eat pieces of shit for breakfast.
No.
But yeah, I mean that one was. I mean that put a lot of these kid actors on the map back in the late '70s. And Michael Landon, who went from Bonanza to to this show, that
What's
was
her name going blind? I just remember that was like the biggest thing.
right.
One of them,
Right.
one of them goes blind,
Right.
and then there was that bully bitch. What the fuck was her name? She was horrible. One of them was a bully, not one of the Ingalls kids, but like one of the kids in school. She was terrible. She like pretended to have a disability or something.
So that one's not controversial. The next one, and the reason I'm doing this is because
he's already prefacing.
I wanted to get this show somewhere, and looking at the categories is the only place it fits in. And the reason I'm doing this is because in the 70s there was a mini series that came on, and it ran for 8 nights in a row. And the reason I'm having it on 1977, and the reason I have it on here is because I'm looking at
it's a great call.
Like the shows that we have nowadays run for 8 episodes. This was 8 consecutive nights. And there was no bigger impactful show in the 70s than Roots. And
launched LeVar Burton's career. That's for sure.
It sure did. And I mean, and it really hammered home to a country who at that time was still really too segregated for its own good. And it really kind of hammered home the horrors of slavery at a time when the opening was cool. The music was good, but they did these color splash sort of artistic things where you would lead into each episode, and they were kind of really pop and bring out the drama of what was going on. There was no bigger drama in the 70s than Roots.
They had different special guests too on each episode, if I remember correctly. So that was kind of interesting too.
Yeah, so that's apparently not that controversial to pick amongst you guys, but
I had it on. We both had it. That was going to be on the show. I think Patrick agrees, right? If one of us was going to pick that.
Thank you. I feel better about it now.
I'm pretty sure Ray would have had it on his list too. Being the black guy on the show.
I got 4 out of my top 5 picks.
I was hoping Ray would be. I was hoping Ray would be here for maybe some other picks beyond that.
Right.
I don't have a lot of other culturally.
Yeah, I'm actually stunned at what's going to get left behind here. But go ahead.
Yeah. Am I up here?
You're up. Yeah, it's you.
All right. Fuck it. We're gonna do this.
I can't hear, so you have to tell me what it
The
is.
Rockford Files, bro.
Good call, man.
So 70s, yeah. The
Speaking of a soundtrack that seems like
Files,
it would work on a fucking sitcom as well as
It'd
like
work
a
on
family
anything,
show, or like you just name it, it's
But-
gonna work.
I mean, you could put it in action, but I think it's a little more drama. It's like a dramedy, actually. You know.
Yeah, and again, James Garner is
A young James Garner,
yeah,
man. A very young
young
James Garner.
I absolutely adore him in Maverick with Mel Gibson. By the way, that's one of my favorite movies.
That's another one. They did this thing with the intro too, where it was like I don't know what the style of filming it is, where it would be like a sequence of photos of him like answering the phone, but it wouldn't be like all in one fluid motion. It would be like he'd be like, "Hey, towards the phone, grab the phone, be on the phone." He would look up, start to. It was a really interesting, unique way of doing the filming of the intro that I thought was just fun and cool and unique. All right, that brings it back to me. I'm here with my last two picks. I know what my fifth round pick is going to be because that's going to be my final dedication to Mama O'Dowd. Um, but Dave, you took the first period show, but I don't know that, and it's a famous period show. But there was another period show that was fucking appointment television back in the day, prime time, with a family in the 1930s, I want to say, farmhouse in the 30s. Starts with a very young man sitting at a desk, looking up wistfully before writing another note down. That's right, I'm talking about the Waltons. Good night, John Boy.
Yeah.
Fucking everybody watched the goddamn Waltons back in the 70s. And
good night, lawyer.
yeah, good night.
Good night,
asshole
Blue Eyes.
villain.
Good night, Blue Eyes.
Good night, villain.
Good night, peons. Oh, I mean, sorry. Thank you. I'm here all Saturday. But yeah, like the Waltons was like that quintessential family programming. Everybody gathered around, they watched it, and again, you talk about a show that launched a ton of careers. Like it launched a ton of careers.
Yeah. The dad,
damn near a decade.
The dad bringing that big ass radio into the house, the intro and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yep. Classic stuff. So my last show, it is a soap. It is not a soap that anybody would expect, and it qualifies because its final two seasons ran into the 70s. It actually started in the 1960s before rolling into the 1970s. But my mother used to talk about how she would rush home from school because she wanted to follow the adventures of Barnabas Collins. And that show is known as Dark Shadows. And the opening to Dark Shadows was a gothic horror soap opera that spanned 5 seasons, started in the 60s, ended in the early 70s. And it had the eeriest, like, what is that theremin? You know what I'm talking about? The weird, like, it made like a big, like, whirring sort of eerie sound in front of ocean waves just crashing. And then Dark Shadows would appear as the title. There was nothing fancy. No actors were seen, nothing. I have episodes of Dark Shadows saved on my Amazon Prime watch list because I got hooked on Dark Shadows via my mom and would watch it on the Sci-Fi Channel when it would play in the afternoons on the Sci-Fi Channel. You could catch it pretty regularly. And so when I found them on Amazon, and you can't watch the whole run, but that show was cool, man. And it was so different. And the title was just eerie from the get-go with those waves crashing. So Dark Shadows, Mama O'Dowd, this one's for you.
Dude, that is a great call because we're not doing a horror category, but Dark Shadows was one of those shows. And like back in the 70s, like they had after school specials, but they also during Halloween, right? Leading into Halloween, they would do these horror movies like in place of the after school specials, like stuff like The Skull and weird little things like that. And Dark Shadows was in the 70s it was on like late at night, if I remember correctly, like, like the 11 to midnight sort of like time slot, but it was really a cool, creepy, different sort of show. So I love the call, man. Well done, villain.
Thank you. And that brings it to PC Tunney to wrap up his draft here.
Man, I'm just like debating through a bunch.
Right? So hard now.
We could probably, touch on that afterwards, maybe, or not, or save them. I thought I was gonna go somewhere, but I think I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna go with Kojak. Telly Savalas.
I had that on my list too.
The like snake open where like the screen kind of like opens up where it moves around and it just kind of opens everything up. I think that's pretty iconic. So I'm gonna go with Kojak. I think that completes my list, and I really like it. I'm gonna do what I always do, and just take a quick victory lap and thank everybody for witnessing my greatness once again in the draft. Smile, 2 eyes. We're happy. We did it again.
He's
congratulations on second place, either of you. I just want to be happy for you guys.
He's the meme of the guy popping champagne all the way down at the end.
It's not a big deal.
He's kissing
I hope you had
chicks
fun.
popping the champagne all the way down to third. Because I mean, your second place is the first loser, Tony, and that was you today. But
we're gonna recap, and you're gonna see the greatness. So here we go. Dave,
I feel like I had the greatness. Dave, finish up here.
Yeah, like you guys are saying, there's a lot left over because thank you, Ray, for not being here. But I think for my last
and we mean that genuinely. It made our lives a lot easier, bro.
It did. My last
come back. I'm
gonna go with
yes. Please be back for next week.
There was a show that it used to start off with just like sirens going off and all this kind of stuff happening. And it was Emergency, which was a really cool.
I had that one too.
It was a really cool drama, around emergency responders, at a time before we really knew what emergency responders were. And again, not a show with an iconic song, but just an iconic opening, and you always would see disasters going on and stuff. And
it's the OG. It's one of the OG medical dramas like that we would get. It's Quincy's along the same way. Quincy is as much a medical drama as it is crime drama. Emergency is a true medical drama, right?
Yeah.
And
Quincy was more in the
it's more of a crime procedural, right?
Right.
Should we just hit? Should we just hit what didn't make it to maybe preview next week because it could be a part of it?
Yeah, sure. So the one that I was back and forth between whether I stuck with Dark Shadows or I picked this one because I also had another procedural crime drama, the Buddy Ebsen-led classic Barnaby Jones.
I had that on my list.
Great show. And it kind of like what you're talking with the Kojak swirls, the little squares that would pop up to put the picture. That was it. I had 3 other soap operas: The Young and the Restless, All My Children, and As the World Turns. And then 2 other medical dramas: Marcus Welby, MD, and Medical Center. By the way, kids, Medical Center, just go listen to the song. It fucking slaps. It's great.
Yeah, it's interesting, like stuff I found out doing this list. Like Tony gave Kojak, he picked Kojak. There's another show with a very similar name, Kolchak, the Night Stalker with Darren McGavin.
Yep.
And that was a pretty cool one.
With the dad from A Christmas Story.
Yes,
it's the old man.
There was another family show that was, kind of drama sitcom-y on that line, was 8 is Enough with Dick Van Patten.
I had that on my list.
That wasn't the one I was thinking. I thought you were going to go with
Family.
Family. I thought you were going to pick Family.
I had Barnaby Jones, Family, and 8 is Enough on my list. Yes.
The one that Streets of San Francisco is another one that with very young Michael Douglas.
Yep.
And here's the one that I was surprised that this show ran into the 70s was Bonanza, because it started in like 56 and it still ran into the 70s. And I mean, you talk about iconic theme songs. Like, wow. I had no idea it ran that long.
I think it'll get hit in the action.
It might. But I had no idea it ran that long. Okay.
I can guarantee you it will now.
Can I also tell you that there was a certain science fiction film franchise that had a short-lived series in the 70s that I almost considered, because it was never quite as violent, but it was there was a Planet of the Apes series with Roddy McDowell, and it played like
That's
heavy
right.
kettle drums.
That's
and
right.
it was a low budget sci-fi take on that show or on that movie. I did not pick that one. And then one last one, newspaper, which literally shows the process of a newspaper being created from the tree being knocked down to being taken to the paper mill and turned into a newspaper.
I did
So-
not. I did not have that. I like going last year because you guys knocked out a bunch of my stuff, so I only have like a handful to add now. I had Columbo, the Rockford Files, MASH, the Waltons, Little House on the Prairie, Roots, Kojak, the Streets of San Francisco, Family, Police Story is one we didn't
Yep.
mention.
Mhm.
Barnaby Jones, Dallas, Mannix was almost my last pick, by the way. Barney Miller, 8 is Enough. I'm not telling you my 16th pick because I can use it in the next decade. Ha 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 ha. Days of Our Lives. The Rookies.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You mentioned Quincy, and then the last thing on my list was Rich Man, Poor Man.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So just to recap, Patrick O'Dowd with his drama draft picked Ironside, Dallas, Quincy, M.E., The Waltons, and Dark Shadows. PC Tunney picked MASH, Days of Our Lives, Columbo, The Rockford Files, and Kojak, a terrific second place draft, if I do say so
Dude,
myself.
though I have
And
the 5
Dave-
most iconic fucking things on our shit.
Oh, stop it. Dallas
Oh,
is right up
Dave
there.
knows. Ask Dave. He's
The
older.
Waltons is right there. Like, don't act like you. Dave
I
had
am.
Hawaii. Dave with his third place draft of Hawaii 5-0,
I think he took
Fantasy
second, Dave.
Island,
I think he took second.
Little House on the Prairie, Roots, and Emergency. That means you finished third, man. That's brutal for yourself.
No,
God, what a
I
day.
don't think you finished
know.
third.
Gotta put it to the. Hey Ray, if you're listening, put this to the people. This is a tough
No,
one.
we're not doing. This is not polls. We've talked about this before. These projects are not about winners. Tunney, I'm going to use Tunney's own words of getting shows out there for people to explore and learn about. That's the purpose of these drafts.
You're
not
ruining my
declaring a
gimmick if
winner.
you tell people what I
Not-
say behind the scenes.
What kind of a
You
villain isn't
son of
going to
a bitch,
expose you for the
motherfucker.
fraud you are?
You are an asshole.
It's like surprise.
Wow. Okay.
I kid.
Okay.
Well, I mean, not like character-wise, I don't, but like real life, I kid.
Right. I will say this: if I look forward to Ray putting these themes up on people on the site, actually more than what we did with the kids shows, because the dramas, like every single tune, it seemed like it was like, God, that's a fucking banger. Tune.
Honestly, though,
great.
I mean, it's a good. I think on the website it should be a poll for these lists. And that's fine. No big deal.
No,
like I think
it's Tunney's incessant need to win.
No, it's not. I'll be here.
Read his character profile.
I'll pull back into like half character.
I will
like,
say
this is so much fun, dude. It really is.
And I will say this, that this category, like last week when Tunney and I were talking, I'm like, the pickings are pretty slim, and he's like, great, but you had to do more research and work on this, but it really paid off because it was a cool trip down memory lane. It's like, oh yeah, I haven't looked at this in a long time. And some of these are really, like you're saying, Pat, these songs are bangers. There's a lot of jazz influence. And some of these intros are like, that's really kind of cool for the time period.
So you guys are doing the same thing as me, accumulating a list and then going on YouTube and listening to everything, right?
Yes.
Right. Unless it's a show that I'm already familiar with. Like the Dallas, the Dallas one, like
a little taste of it though.
I watched it like for like 20 seconds to see the Dallas scroll across the screen, but that's all I needed. Ironside though, I'm sorry, I led with Quincy fucking Jones. Like that is some shit. That's some great shit. All right. We are rolling right along. We are just about done with the show. This is the whole reason that Brother O'Dowd signed in to jump on the live stream, is because he wanted to hear the what you watching section, because he too has seen Masters of the Universe. So we're gonna break protocol. Dave and I are gonna talk about Masters of the Universe because that's what we've been watching. And I'm literally fresh out of the theater 2 hours ago now. Film wrapped up, and when we talked about this show on the podcast back when we knew it was being announced, I was the most skeptical of it.
We both were. We both shit all over the plot. When they announced the plot, we're like, what the fuck is this?
Right. Was not in favor. I'm here to say on this podcast, I was wrong.
Yep.
This was a very good time. I for a film to be based off of a 1980s cartoon designed to sell toys. And it is ridiculous. It is over the top. The cartoon was ridiculous, over the top. There were so many good notes hit in this movie that made my day that don't even spoil the plot. First of all, it is over the top. It is outrageous. It is dumb in place, like dumb, but in such a great way that it makes me happy. Favorite part. So they play the original He-Man, they play the original music at the end of the movie, like they would at the end of an episode. And they're all standing around, and one of the characters makes a shitty joke, and they all do the He-Man pose laugh where they put their hands on their hips and they lean their head back and they laugh really big. And it's so stupid, but it's hilarious because they did it. It was outstanding. And then things that made my heart warm, Dave, Brian May, lead guitarist for Queen, did the soundtrack for this bad boy. You can hear the Red Special at the beginning of the movie, and then they credited his ass. They like specially credited him for doing the soundtrack. And God, I love Queen. I hope they come back with Adam Lambert and then they forgive the United States and do another tour here, because they're reticent to do so right now, given the political climate, and their activism keeps them from it. But damned if it didn't make my day to hear that. And then we get our post-credit teases. She-Ra's coming. Orko shows up, and Orko does the PSA after the movie. That was the other thing. Like, He-Man used to have a shitty PSA, and Orko pops up and he's like, in today's episode, or today's adventure, and so good. It was so fun. I just turned my brain off for 2 hours, and it was great. It was so great. It was so beautifully loud and dumb, and I'm grateful for it. Though they did Moss Man dirty, that was a little uncool. But other than that, they even explained why the names are so stupid. Like, that's great. Like, it's hilarious. Dave, I'm sorry, I'm taking up all the airtime.
No, man. I thought when Princess of the Universe came on in the last 30 minutes,
yes!
I smiled and I looked at my nephew. I said, Patrick O'Dowd is going to pop for that one, because that was, and there were so many. When that song comes on,
that's my excited face.
When that song came, Pat, answer me if you felt this too. That song comes on and everything going on, I'm like, this feels like Flash fucking Gordon right now.
And, absolutely. Yeah. And it's a callback. It's a callback to an earlier joke, because in the cop car, they call him Highlander, and Princess of the Universe first aired as part of the soundtrack to the Highlander movie.
Yeah.
And so to see it like there as they're slow motion walking, and then they walk through the smoke and they start coughing, because it's also, that's the thing, is the thing is goofy. And so here's the last thing I want to say about this, in regard critics. If you are a critic who has no frame of reference of what this show was in the 80s, and I'm going to call out IO9 in particular, because IO9's critic shit all over that, and somebody else gave it like a 5 out of 10 or something, and talked about how it had no heart, and it was silly, and it was dumb, and it was like heart. Well, here's what it told me. It told me that is a Gen Z writer who had no fucking idea what He-Man was, didn't watch any of the silliness, and so didn't understand. Like, you didn't understand the assignment when you saw it, because the movie it's meant to. People were like pissed that Adam, or critics were saying that Adam was too much of a wimp and he's soft. He is on the show. The whole joke on the original cartoon is that Adam's like, I'm scared, and he runs away to turn into He-Man. Like, that's the joke. It's the joke. Right. Anyway.
No,
Dave,
it was.
I'm sorry.
No, it's just, it was. I love the movie. I love the movie. And the best thing I can equate to people is, the way that you turn a property like a toy or something into a great movie. Go back a couple years, Dungeons and Dragons, right? And they turned that role-playing game into a great fucking fun movie. This is even better than Dungeons and Dragons. I'll go so far as to say they did a better job with Masters of the Universe than they did with Dungeons and Dragons. whoever the guy is playing Adam, it's like, okay, you could slot him in to the MCU or DCU real easy. He's got those sort of chops. He's got that sort of quality to him. But I absolutely love this movie.
I wasn't even mad at Jared Leto. Like that tells you
No.
how I felt about this movie. And I hate Jared Leto as
I
an
do
actor.
too.
And I was like, fine.
He was fine as Skeletor. I mean, you couldn't understand some of the stuff he was saying, but like the sexual entendres that he throws out along the way in a few places was pretty funny.
The only time I didn't like, they made a little too many stupid sex jokes about Ram Man and Fisto. Like it was okay once, but then they did it like 4 times. It was like, okay, I get it. He fists people. Ha ha ha. Like that was a little too much. But like Skeletor talking about his sword dangling between the loincloth and shit like that.
The great thing, your loincloth is in my way. Tila says that to him at one point. But the thing is that to see the Masters of the Universe in a movie actually completed the way it should have been without budgetary constraint. We even got a Dolph Lundgren sighting, which was awesome to get him in there as well.
He said good journey too.
Good journey. There's so much about this. And and for somebody to say this movie doesn't have heart is complete and total bullshit. Because this movie is all about heart. It's all about Adam and his journey.
That was one of the thing that the thing that the critic for IO9 was getting on and on. I was like, there were too many jokes. I was like, you didn't watch the fucking show because everything was a pun. Everything was a pun on that show. It was a bad joke after bad joke after bad joke.
No, this movie
it worked for me.
This movie did not need to be super serious, and that would have been a mistake to make it super serious. It was serious enough, and it told the story it wanted to tell, and it left a lot of stuff open for. We know we're getting She-Ra. Evil Lynn in the last post-credit scene picks up Skeletor's skull. You've had better days, so
and you get the laugh in the back. Yep.
Right. So he's coming back. But the last thing I wanted to say is I thought he's never called He-Man until the very, very end. And then he explains how the name comes up, and they make fun of him for that. Say, "Go get him, He-Man." Everything was just
and
clever.
He pretend like they all pretend like they don't know that Adam is really He-Man. Like they're like that was another inside joke. That actually I didn't like because part of the thing about He-Man was that very few people knew his secret. But anyway, we have talked way too much. We got to let Tunny have a go here because we are going to get into what you're watching. So, Tunny, why don't you tell everybody what you've been watching these days on stuff?
I just wanted to comment on you guys' commentary here. Like, I grew up as a fan. Like, I watched the cartoon. I had the toys. I know the story.
You should go see it. Absolutely go see it.
Made my parents rent the videos of the episodes I didn't see, or seasons, or different things and takes, etc. I'm not, because I don't have time during the week, and on the weekend, like right now, it's warm, so I just can't. But when it comes out on streaming, Dave, I will watch it because of the review you guys have given it, and I'm really happy for that because it is something that is near and dear to my heart. Like I already told you, like I had Skeletor's Castle that opened up with the netting and everything else, and like it's just a great childhood memory, and I'm looking forward to when that happens. And nowadays that happens even quicker than you can imagine. So I'm glad you guys had fun. Really am.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Tony. What else have you been watching?
I've been watching shit, man. I've been working too much and trying to golf and watching sports, and so I got nothing for you guys this week, really. Have at it.
The one thing I wanted to mention that I did get a chance to watch within the last few weeks that I don't know if we talked about it on here or not. I don't think so, but Project Hail Mary, which I think I've texted Pat about, which is so far this year easily the best movie I've seen this year, and that includes Mandalorian and Grogu. That includes Masters of the Universe. That movie is so freaking awesome. And Project Hail Mary is it's a tremendous. And I mean, talk about movies with heart and emotion. That is all what Project Hail Mary is about. So I know Pat had talked about it a few weeks ago and highly recommended it. Absolutely. It is a phenomenal movie.
So the other things that I've been watching these days, I just started. So the 4th season of The Legend of Vox Machina, an animated Critical Role series, just started streaming on Amazon. The first 3 episodes, I watched episode 1 actually this morning. I've always enjoyed that show. I have not yet watched the other critical series, The Mighty Nine, but I do mean to get to it at some point. But I've been doing a lot of a nostalgia kick of stuff, and a couple of movies that are nostalgic to me. Uh, Baseball season is in full swing, and I was just like, I haven't watched Bull Durham in forever. And so I busted out Bull Durham the other day, watched that, and reminded myself that I believe in the Church of Baseball. And had a great time with that. Susan Sarandon, Kevin Costner, just wonderful, wonderful movie. A lot of fun.
You didn't try to break a slump at all to go with it, did you?
No.
Okay, I didn't know if you like dressed up for it or not.
No, I did not. I'm good. I can't get us a rain out though. So I got you there. And then I'm going to say what I'm doing. I don't want, again, I say this all the time. Don't try to turn this into a podcast. I've decided to watch Cheers from the very beginning to the very end. Episode by Tony's like, ha, 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 ha.
I will do that with you.
I know. I'm only 2 episodes in. Cheers is on Paramount Plus, so I watched a couple episodes and I was 4 when that series started. It just came out in '82. Guarantee you, it's going to show up in the '80s project. Like, there's just no way it's not. One of the 4 of us will draft it. Like
number one, probably.
Oh, number one, yeah.
Probably.
Sitcom number one.
So like it's unavoidable. No, Perfect Strangers. No, just kidding, guys. Sorry. Just being funny.
I don't remember the Perfect Strangers open, even though that's one of my favorite sitcoms ever.
It's the 2 of them wandering around through random situations, like they're on the tandem.
No, I remember the visual. I don't remember the music. Do you know what's the most what's the spinoff of? What's the famous spinoff of Perfect Strangers?
I know this because you've asked this before, but I can't remember it. And I'm going to kick myself when you say it again. Is it Family Matters?
Did I do that?
Yeah. Family Matters. Cool. So, all right. So there you have it. That's what I've been watching. I'm not doing another podcast. That would be, I know. But yes, I'm watching Cheers from the very, very beginning. The first episode where Diane gets left in the bar, and then the second episode where she and Sam are already butting heads because she's getting under his skin about the kind of women he likes to date, and now he can't do it.
You've seen the whole series before, right?
It's been a very, very, very long
Dave,
time.
you've seen all of Cheers, right?
Yeah, like Pat, it's been a really long time. But
okay, just real quick, Diane or Rebecca?
Rebecca was Kirstie Alley, right?
Kirstie Alley and Shelley Long.
And in her prime, Rebecca.
On the show.
Yeah. Yes.
I would probably no, you know what? No. I don't think so. I like the challenges of I love the wit, the wit of Diane and that whole dynamic.
I try not to judge women like you guys, so I don't think I could really pick.
What the fuck ever. And I'm the one who's called and I'm the villain. I'm the villain. You try to pull that shit. On that note, Tony, Tony, do me a favor. Flash the website back up there, and then tell everybody where they can find you out there on the streaming world and social media.
You can find me on Patrick's Bad Side. I can't resist sometimes. I love this show. I love this network. I love the guys we have. Follow me at PC Tunney. At Chairshot Media is the best thing we could do. And don't forget about attitudeofaggression.com. TheChairshot.com. Everything Ray has been doing too. BandwagonNerds.com. Dave, it's insane.
It is insane. I echo everything Tunney said. I would only add, go check out the Attitude of Aggression's YouTube channel. There's lots of stuff happening over there. So, yeah, I agree.
Cool. And you can follow me on all the socials at Wrestling Realist. That is at WRESTLNGREALIST. You can catch me every Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays on the Chairshot Radio Network. Mondays talking nerdy stuff with these guys. Tuesdays talking sports. Though I think I'm going to have to walk away from sports this week. I really want to. Fuck the Chicago Bears. That's my Four Corners report right now. I'm so irritated with the shit show that has been this stadium relocation.
Are they moving to Gary? Is that what's going on? Are they the Gary Bears?
It's Hammond,
No.
Indiana is what they're exploring right now.
There's not going to be a Four Corners.
I'm getting texts about dinner time with the family. So if we're gonna do a Four Corners, it's gonna have to be me and Dave tomorrow morning.
Or it could be talk. Me and Tuddy right now.
It could be you and Tony right now too.
And it's a Patrick thing. I have a show we can do, so either way, it's fine. You guys let me know.
I would really like to, because I'm very upset about just how poorly this has been pulled together. I don't give a shit that they're going to be like the New York Jets and Giants and playing not in their state. This should have never come to this. But Kevin Warren is a piece of trash who fucks up everything he runs. He was a shit show in the Big Ten. He's a shit show in Chicago. And like people trying to blame the state of Illinois. No, fuck the organization for the way they are trying to play both sides on this. Fuck them. Anyway, and then on Wednesdays, I'm talking wrestling kind of with Greg DeMarco these days when we feel about it. We've been kind of watering into some other topics. We're starting to fall more into that entertainment side of the house. We're looking for our third or fourth week in a row. Tunney's not, don't get too excited. I'll find a way to miss a show. I'll just be like, Craig,
I've been storing up the Benchwarmers trivia podcast, so don't worry, we'll be fine. We got a lot of Attitude of Aggression projects coming up too as well. WrestleMania 13 is going to hit soon, you guys. That's going to be something you want to listen to.
And
also make sure you're following what we're doing on the website with Pride. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say Game Gone Wrong is coming
on the website this month too. Yeah. Damn it, Dave! I thought you did.
Go ahead.
Game Gone Wrong is coming back this month.
You guys are both trying to plug the same thing. It's hilarious.
No, I'm trying to plug our Pride Month initiative that's going on now on our socials.
Like, please,
we've got a lot of really, we got a lot of great content. You're also going to see a lot of our dream matches. Those have been showing up. Mine has not popped up yet, but it will not be difficult to figure out which one is Patrick's. If you know anything about Patrick or not, it's an easy one. Dave, has yours popped up yet?
I don't think so.
Macho and Angle was today. We've had Brock and Andre. We've had the Hardys versus the Shield. We've had Regal and Gunther.
I thought it was 3D versus the Shield.
Oh yeah, my bad. The Dudleys. I said the Hardys.
Yeah.
I apologize. Same era.
Wrong last names.
Yeah. But it's some great stuff. And then, yes, the LGBTQ stuff is amazing. The logo looks great to honor the month, to celebrate that. And I'm happy we're doing it. There's a lot of rich heritage there that needs to be celebrated and learned.
Yeah, absolutely. So just a lot of great stuff going on over at thechairshot.com. Make sure you get over there and check it out. All right, guys, that's going to do it, I think, for this week's edition of Bandwagon Nerds. So thank you, everyone, so much for listening. Now get yourself out of the basement. Get some sun. Go watch Masters of the Universe because that shit is awesome. And then check out our 70s intros playlist. Tony wants to go golfing. Do whatever makes you feel happy. Just get out, get some sun, have a good time. You've been listening to Bandwagon Nerds here on the Chairshot Radio Network, a part of the Chairshot.com.